Good evening. Welcome. You may take your seats. Welcome to the 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony of the UNC School of Information and Library Science. I'm Gary Marcinini, Dean of SILS, and I am pleased that all of you have joined us today. It's wonderful to be able to come together for an in-person event after 2 years of pandemic disruptions. Charles Dickens' often quoted words, a tale of two cities, the words, "It was the best of times and the worst of times," comes to mind. It sets up a series of contrasts that seems especially poignant today. We come together to celebrate you and our individual and collective navigation of health and social political disruptions, as well as unprecedented scientific advances and creative expressions. In this 90th year of our school, today, we focus on saluting you and your accomplishments and resilience in this time and look forward with resolve and optimism. It's a great day of celebration, and we have much to celebrate. We congratulate you and the families of all of our graduates, and thank you for supporting them as they've strived to reach this goal. Today, we also celebrate the accomplishments of the school, its students, faculty, staff, and our distinguished alumni. We're proud of our community, both the ones here on campus and the ones that include our alumni and colleagues from around the world. And we know, graduates of our programs, as graduates of our programs, you will continue to contribute to the success of our school and represent us well. You're now part of our family. forever tied to Chapel Hill and to SILS. You're entering the information and library science professions at a moment of inflection for the field and for humanity, as we all grapple with the ethical and societal implications of increasingly powerful digital technologies. With your SILS education and the human-centric perspective it provides, you are uniquely qualified to find strategies that can balance the benefits of complex data, artificial intelligence, and synthetic biology with the importance of personal privacy, self-determination, and human dignity. You can help bridge the digital divide, alleviate information poverty, empower individuals, and strengthen communities. The faculty and I know that you're capable of not only making great advancements, but also great contributions. And we look forward to seeing the impact you have on the field and on our world. We hope you continue to challenge yourselves and others and keep learning, keep experimenting. Don't be afraid to try new things. As hockey player Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So take those shots. My own personal advice is to never forget that all your expertise and intelligence will be magnified enormously when augmented by offering others a smile, an attentive ear, and a helping hand. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce our spring commencement speaker, Dr. Stephanie Haas. She is a professor in our school, and her research interests focus on the representation of information and how representations enhance or impede work progress. More specifically, she's interested in natural language processing. She is a word person par excellence. What computers do with the language that people use is what she's spent her career studying. Her current and recent projects study these issues in collaboration with researchers from UNC's Schools of Medicine, Nursing, and Public Health, examining information representation in patient records and its use for improving patient care. Please join me in welcoming Professor Stephanie Haas.
Well, thank you, Gary. Well, this is fun. The title of my talk is Tenses, the Past, the Present, and the Future. I arrived in Chapel Hill in August of 1989, shortly before the start of the fall semester. I just finished my PhD. There were various campus offices I had to visit. I was about to start teaching a new class, and like all newcomers to SILS, I was trying to figure out how to get around Manning Hall. One day, as I set off on an errand, I stood at the top of the stairs in front of Manning Hall, looking out over the quad. There were lots of people walking around. There was a pep band practicing someplace in the distance. There was a general air of excitement and anticipation. And I thought to myself, you are here. This is the place you wanted to be. You are here. Now, I've always considered the beginning of the fall semester to be the beginning of the new year. January 1st just doesn't do it for me. At the beginning of every fall semester, my new year, I stand at the top of the stairs of Manning Hall, looking out over the campus, and I think, I am here. More than 30 years, I am here. Last fall, I also thought, and this is my final year. So my first advice to you all, and I do get to give you advice in this talk, is to pay attention. I've said that before in other contexts, just ignore that. Notice your I am here moments. Take a little time to savor them. and then maybe reflect on what came before and what will come next. Shortly after that first I am here moment, I experienced a different kind of I am here. When I really came to grips with the fact that Manning Hall didn't have hot water. Yes, there were 2 little faucets in the sink, but they were both cold. Manning was not plumbed for hot water. And I thought to myself, what kind of primitive place is this? It sounded better at my house. This is a pretty primitive place too, I suppose. However, the positives far outweighed that one negative. And almost 10 years later, we did indeed get hot water in Manning Hall. You may have noticed those little boxes next to the sinks in the bathroom. That's the hot water. My second piece of advice to you, which you probably already know, is there will be flaws. They may be relatively minor, so you're willing to put up with them, or they may be major. You will then have to decide if you want to work to change them, or just live with them, or decide you have to go someplace else. Decisions are hard. You already knew that too. Not too long after my arrival, Scott Barker, who was then the SILS IT manager, held a workshop in the computer lab to teach members of the faculty how to search on the World Wide Web. After some instructions, he told us to try a search. I was sitting next to Helen Thibault. Now, those of you who know Helen or know me can probably guess what we searched for. Yes, Helen entered poodle, and I entered cat. Helen received 2 results, and I received 6. Can you imagine doing a Google search on cat? Well, I tried it this week. About 6,140,000,000 results. My third piece of advice to you isn't that things change. Again, you already know that. Rather, I recommend that you pause every so often to reflect on the changes, the good and the not so good. It isn't just the technology that changes. Remember, I like words. Not all of you will remember this, as I discovered in class last week, but many of us will remember when they and them referred only to groups of people. The default pronoun, when you didn't know, was he and him. Language and the changes in language are another way of marking changes over time. So, what will you remember 30 years from now? Some of the hair may be a little grayer. What will you remember 30 years from now that will astonish you with its changes, with its primitive nature, or with it really not having changed at all? I mentioned Scott Barker. Over the years, I have had the pleasure, and indeed the luxury, of working with the talented, kind, and generous SILS staff. They answer questions and solve problems, of course. But they are also planners and designers and doers. If they are asked the same, "How do I?" question several times, they'll distribute instructions or information about how to use it, or maybe even try to make it work better. When they see new technology or procedures coming along, they prepare the rest of us so that we can figure it out and how it's changing and why. Well, not always why. When they see opportunities for improving SILS, they will make them happen. They are leaders and innovators on campus and beyond. First, I am very grateful to all of the SILS staff. Over the years, they have been patient and helpful, supportive and innovative. So thank you to all of you here and over the last 30 years. Second, many of you will have similar positions in your careers, making information systems of all kinds work for people. On behalf of the people you will help support in your future, thank you for your patience, support, and creativity. I love commencement. What a wonderful occasion. This is an I am here moment for everybody here. My father loved commencement too. He was an English professor at the University of Connecticut. I can still see him wearing a suit and his wool robes, off to sit in the football stadium and applaud his students. The tassel I wear is the one from his regalia. Now, commencement is an old word. The Oxford English Dictionary dates its use meaning beginning from 1250, and its use referring to receiving a degree from 1387. There is no quiz. It calls commencement the great ceremony when degrees are conferred. And here we are, commencement. You know, this ceremony didn't have to be called commencement. It could have been called conclusion. You are concluding a significant period in your lives. But it isn't called conclusion. It's called commencement. It's looking forward to the future, not looking back to what has already happened. A few years ago, here's a nice vague term for you. A few years ago, I and several of my colleagues were having a drop-in lunch together in room 214. At that time, Barbara Moran, a faculty member and former dean of SILS, was leading a university-sponsored workshop. The purpose of the workshop was to help faculty members manage their retirement process. It's not easy, and forms are involved. Barbara commented that many faculty members were apprehensive about retirement. So much of their lives revolved around the university and being a member of the university that they didn't really know what to do next or what it would be like once they had retired. I said that the real problem is with the word retirement. It suggests an ending, a stepping back and a drawing in. I think it's a terrible word for such an exciting time. My proposal is to call it recommencement. You are at your commencement. I am beginning my recommencement. Well, one of my recommencements. We can experience many recommencements in our lives. Each one is an I am here moment, an opportunity to reflect on our lives. So congratulations on your commencement. And I wish you and everyone here many joyful recommencements. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Haas, for sharing your insights and advice. That was a marvelous recommencement speech. Each year, SILS honors the work of our faculty and students throughout the year with a variety of awards. I'd now like to welcome SILS Assistant Professor Casey Rawson to the podium to present our first award.
The Dean's Achievement Award is given annually to the student who has produced the highest quality master's paper for the academic year. Faculty may nominate up to 2 papers they have supervised. These nominations are judged by a faculty committee on the quality of the research conducted, the questions asked, literature reviewed, methods used, and conclusions drawn, as well as the quality of the presentation, including its originality, clarity, and organization. Each year, we have many extraordinary papers and projects to consider, as you can see from your commencement program, and all graduates should be proud of the work they've completed. This year's winning paper explored the public-private partnership between UNC Libraries and Ancestry. Through the partnership, over 3 million pages of North Carolina newspapers were digitized. Using semi-structured interviews and an examination of primary sources, the student explored the partnership motivations and outcomes. She found UNC Libraries was able to leverage their partnership to create more access to their collections, but it was not a fast or easy process. The committee described this paper as very well articulated and well organized. They also noted the soundness of her research methods and noted the value of her work as a good source for other collections considering digitization. For her paper, Public-Private Partnerships for Digitization, a case study of UNC Libraries and Ancestry, please join me in congratulating Emma L. Stout. Emma's not able to be here today, but thank you for clapping for her. She deserves the win. Okay, now to present the Elfrida Chapman Research Award, I would like to invite Dr. Brian Sturm to the podium.
The Elfrida Chapman Award was created by the SILS Alumni Association in 2002 to honor Dr. Elfrida Chapman's interest in original research. Chapman, who was a member of the SILS faculty for 13 years, was internationally known for her ethnographic research into the information-seeking behaviors of traditionally understudied groups such as the poor, the elderly, and women prisoners. The Elfrida Chapman Award is presented twice each year to master's students who demonstrate creative and scholarly vision in their research proposals. The proposals are nominated by the instructors of the proposal development course. A committee of faculty and 1 representative from the SILS Alumni Association judge the nominations based on creativity, originality, clarity, validity of methodology, and potential significance to the field. Today, we would like to acknowledge the Fall 2021 Chapman Award recipient, Allison Ruvidich. For her proposal titled Visualizing Indigenous Identities in PubMed Mesh Terms. Allison, if you'll come on up and join me on the stage, please. Now I would like to invite Dr. Melanie Feinberg to the podium to present this year's Diversity Advocate certificates.
The SILS Diversity Advocate Certificate offers formal recognition to SILS students who are active participants in making the school and the field of information and library science more diversity-friendly. I'm pleased that 2 of our graduates completed the certificate requirements this year. This year's Diversity Advocate Certificate recipients are Mara Enid Bonet and Erica Roberts. I would like to welcome our Diversity Advocate Certificate recipients to the stage if they are present to receive their certificates. And now to present this year's Teaching Award, I'd like to invite Dr. Maggie Mello to the podium.
Thank you, Melanie. SILS first presented the Outstanding Teaching Award in 1997 as an expression of the value in which we hold teaching. In 2006, SILS added an additional award so we could recognize both a full-time faculty member as well as an adjunct instructor each year. Both awards include a certificate and a very tangible dollar amount. Right. In 2012, the school renamed the award to honor one of our finest teachers, Dr. Deborah Barreau, who was a 2-time recipient of this award, as well as being recognized for her extraordinary teaching ability by the American Society for Information Science and Technology and Association for Library and Information Science Education. Today, it is my honor to announce the recipient of this year's Deborah Barreau Award for Teaching Excellence Award. I'll first start with the Full-Time Faculty Award recipient. This faculty member received over 30 individual nominations from the SILS student body. The students praised this professor's ability to explain complex ideas, her enthusiasm for the content of her classes, and her compassion and empathy for students. It is my honor to announce that the Deborah K. Barreau Award for Teaching Excellence is awarded to Dr. Francesca Tripodi. It's so hard to keep it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Francesca. The second Deborah K. Barreau Award for Teaching Excellence will be awarded to an adjunct faculty member. This adjunct teacher was praised by students for her knowledge and enthusiasm within the classroom. Additionally, students cited her ability to make the history of books that were studied in class interesting and pertinent. I am pleased to announce this year's Adjunct Faculty Teaching Excellence Award winner, Elizabeth Oth. Elizabeth is unable to join us today, but please join me in another round of applause for both of our Deborah K. Barreau winners. We are now at the point in our program for greetings from the SILS Alumni Association. Please join me in welcoming SILSA President Aaron Carter.
Thank you, Maggie. The SILS Alumni Association, or SILSA as it's generally known, welcomes you, the graduates, to our organization. Membership is free for life, and we hope you will utilize it by engaging in activities that benefit future students, yourselves, and the school. We host several activities throughout the year, including the Welcome Lunch at Orientation and our career panels and interview workshop events. These are opportunities for students to network and prepare to launch their careers, and for alumni to meet SILS's incredibly talented students. We also help coordinate alumni gatherings at various professional conferences. We hope to see you there. We call on our alumni to assist with these and other activities, so please stay in contact. We may be calling on you. Every year, the SILS Alumni Association recognizes alumni who have demonstrated outstanding professional library or information science achievements at the national, state, or local level. Those selected exhibit a strong commitment to their profession and have provided outstanding service to the school or to SILSA. Today, we recognize alum Jane Williams. In a career that spans over 40 years, Jane has held senior management positions in academic libraries, public libraries, a state library agency, a library-related federal commission, the National Commission on Libraries and Information Science, and has been state librarian of North Carolina. In all the libraries and agencies that Jane has served, she has progressively moved up that organization's ladder. For example, at the Public Library of Charlotte, she moved from serving as reference librarian to becoming assistant library director for library operations, services, and personnel. She began her work at the State Library of North Carolina as a public library consultant and left that agency after serving as state librarian for 3 years. In her next role, she served as a management consultant for the National Commission of Libraries and Information Sciences' 1991 White House Conference on Libraries and Information Services. She completed her 9-year stint at that agency by serving as its acting director. When the commission was combined with other agencies to create the Institute of Museum and Library Services, she joined the senior management team at the University of Maryland College Park's Libraries, serving as their ARL Libraries senior administrative librarian and director of planning and administrative services. But Jane's progression up these organizations' managerial ladders is not the only way she has shown leadership. She has also exemplified leadership with her long-term commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Among her many American Library Association and Regional Professional Association appointments, she served on the ALA's Committee on the Status of Women from 2011 to 2013 and authored several articles and book chapters on increasing organizational diversity as early as 2004. Mentoring colleagues has also been a core element of her career. She has not only written about the importance of this activity, but has put theory into practice, and many of us would not be the professionals we are or have the commitment to our schools that we do without her influence and steady guidance. Please help me to welcome our 2022 SILS Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Jane Williams.
Thank you very much, Aaron, and the SILS Alumni Association. My theory, which I'll now share with you, is that I think the Alumni Association chose me because my age most closely matched that of the school itself. But I do very much thank you for this honor. I congratulate every one of you also receiving degrees today. I honor all of us across the generations for choosing to work in libraries and information science and information services. Our work is not just honorable, it is also creative, innovative, progressive, inclusive, and it is essential. Thank you. Thank you for the work you will do.
Each spring, the SILS Alumni Association asks the school to nominate graduating students who have made an exceptional impact on the school during their time here. This year's recipient of the Outstanding Service to the School Award graduates from the SILS Master of Science in Library Science program. As president of the Information and Library Science Students Association, or ILSA, she demonstrated exemplary leadership initiatives for fellow ILSA members and classmates by guiding the organization during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. She has been a great classmate, student leader, and community member. Please help me congratulate this year's Outstanding Service to the School Award recipient, Angelique Stevenson. Angelique, will you please join me on stage? So welcome, graduates, to the SILS Alumni Association. I would now like to welcome Dean Gary back to the podium.
So we have one additional award. This is called the Good of the Order Award. It came from a phrase that a former dean at Holly used to use, that SILS is special because everyone who works and studies there does so for the good of the order. We put the school and people's needs above our own in order to make the world a better place. The idea is that people who just kind of go above and beyond. And this year, I'm pleased to present two awards to two people who really have consistently over this very tough last year gone above and beyond. Our first winner is the Dean's Executive Assistant, Susan Sylvester. Many of you know Susan as the person who kind of takes care of the school and answers a lot of questions. But she does more than that. She's unable to join us today, but I would like to recognize her outstanding work. She really was the key in organizing and coordinating the in-person and virtual events of the 90th anniversary celebration. She created these events, coordinated them, brought students, faculty, staff, alumni together, and this really helped us to recognize this historic milestone. Her continued support is invaluable, and it's an honor to work with Susan, and I ask that we join me in a round of applause for Susan Sylvester. The second award is for a faculty member who has not only excelled in research in the academy, but really demonstrated exceptional support for student achievement. She's helped students grapple with significant challenges by giving her time and care to them in moments of crisis, and shown great compassion and willingness to work with people in really tough situations. And it's my honor to present the SILS Award for the Good of the Order to Professor Francesca Tripodi.
I'm glad I came.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I could do one.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear what she said? I said, you're collecting a bunch of awards. She goes, I'm glad I came. Okay, so now the moment we've all been waiting for, and the reason we're here, the recognition of our degree recipients. Congratulations to, of course, our award winners. But I'd like to now introduce Shayna Baker to the podium to begin the degree presentation portion of our ceremony. Shayna?
Thank you. All right, the time has now come to recognize our 2022 graduates. Would the graduation marshal please prepare the graduates to be recognized, and would the faculty please stand? Okay. Taylor Baldwin. And Vitha Bavarasetti. Kojoga Gaatan Bello. Mona Bowaki. Jessica Boone. Irina Brain. Logan Carolyn. Nia Marina Clayton. Anne Sui. Advaith Deo. Mark Elwin Drury. Drew Ellis. Gibson Faribault. Alyssa Floyd. Brian Guo. Adrian Yaron Huang. Adeza Ashley Rosemary Ibanu. Kaylee Johannes. Jacob Ethan Kohler. Alexis Elizabeth Levister. Yichin Lee. Daniel Liu. Xuan Ray Liu. Pin Wen Liu. Vanessa Munoz Cuevas. Priya Nayuk. Evans Orcel. Maureen Osei. Krupa Patel. Griffin W.R. Powell. Bailey Roberts. Narivi Roblero Escalante. Addison Rothman. Christina Samadal. Rebecca Sewell. John Paul Silva. Ryan Sprumont. Anne Marie Stiglitz. Hafsa Tajamal. Isaac Timon. Andrew Weeder, Ashley Wortham, Shi Shang, Nishita Yadav, Jojo Yang, Zoe Yi, Grayson Ruth Yunt, Yichen Yu, Now I'd like to invite our Graduate Student Services Coordinator, Laura Bailey, to the podium to introduce our graduate student recipients.
Sydney Adams. Kyle Robert Ashburn. Lindsay Baird. Zoe Bergmeyer Sweet. Kaylin Rose Blunt. Alyssa Brown. Sarah Elizabeth Bolger. Coco Casey. Anna Catherine Delara. Paula Damasino. Jonathan Gonzalez. Jordan Darby Green. Karen Hudalick Brown. Ashley Lynn Hull. Belize Illica. Meredith Jeffers. Aaliyah Kempton. Asritha Curry. Catherine Laffoon. Claire Mackinson. Amanda McLaurin. Katie Morrison. Andrew Murphy. Sophie Nachman. Nkechi Nwoko. Kaiten Pandia. Abigail Lee Poor. Yolanda Ching. Lizana Isabel Reyes. Constance Alina Roberts. Erica Marie Roberts. Deborah Roten. Allison Ruvidich. Caroline Hanna Salon. Seamus Siri. Helen Savita Sharma. Ella Jordan Smith. Sally Smith. Samong Song. Elizabeth Suakaz. Jed Standen. Jade Angelique Stevenson. Marissa Nicole Stockton. Marco Tomeno. Anna Catherine Twitty. Grace Van Fleet. Felicity Ann Terhune Walston. Xiao Chen Wong. Kara Wong. Julie Marie Wooldridge. And Gwendolyn Suzanne Yale. We will now recognize our Doctor of Philosophy graduates, so if both of them would come up here, please. All right, first we have Kristen Laura Bowen, who is advised by Amelia Gibson. The title of her dissertation is Sexual Violence, Black Survivors, and Moving Beyond Resilience, Developing Mental Health Support Spaces Based on Online Information Behavior. Today she is hosted by Dr. Sandra Hughes Hassel. And Yu Yi Ma, who is advised by Dr. Stephanie Haas. The title of her dissertation is Relatedness and Compatibility, Semantic Dimensions of the Concept of Privacy in Mandarin, Chinese, and American English Corpora. And we would also like to recognize Laura March. She could not come but join us today. She was advised by Dr. Maggie Mello. The title of her dissertation was Behind the Screen, Social Media Managers at Cultural Institutions. Congratulations to all of today's graduates. I now invite Dean Gary Marcinini back to the podium.
Thank you for sharing this special occasion with us today. Whatever you do and wherever you go, you are our graduates, and you will always be ambassadors for the UNC School of Information and Library Science. On behalf of the faculty and the staff of the school, I congratulate you and extend warm wishes as you begin your professional careers. Graduates, to symbolize your graduation, I invite you to stand and turn your tassels. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Now, you'll be able to do that again on Sunday morning in Keenan Stadium, so remember which side it goes on Sunday. One other thing I would like all of the graduates to do is to turn and applaud the people in the audience who have been with you all the way and who helped you realize this dream. So thanks to all the parents, friends, loved ones. Please remain standing until the platform party and graduates have filed out. After the graduates have exited, family and friends may join their graduates outside the Smith Center on the concourse. That's Concourse A. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the evening.